positive right now, hoping the home fans can help them get out of this slump.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win, like a good pitcher, without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he will find his man on the outside. A little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now it's Herbert. That'll be caught by the rookie from Penn State. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Chargers first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
That's another Chargers first down.
On first down, it's Hampton.
And he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 76 yards.
And he's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Short pass caught by Henry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
And the Chargers first down.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Gonzalez.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Brown 7-yard line.
Herbert going to give to Hampton.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Omarion Hampton with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. they can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter, that's when the knockout occurs.
It becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers. And hopefully with something last week resolves itself this time around.
That's good for a Browns first down.
Play action. It's Fields. He'll swing this out to Jenkins.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Fields.
He finds his man. Complete. That's Wagner.
Fields.
3rd and 5.
Complete to number 86. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and
Throwing again is Fields. That is caught. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
The Browns at 3-7 now on the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Here's Fields.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. The start of this game shaping up nicely on that visiting sideline.
Yeah, how about that? You get your points on the opening drive, then you get a big sack there on 3rd down, and you make the home crowd go.
There is a hush indeed. The Browns send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
The Chargers offense, led by their running back, headed out for the 2nd possession. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. They'll start it out with a run by Hampton.
Oh, a heck of a move. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
And the Chargers first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And this one finds McConkey.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Herbert. Open man right side. That's McConkey.
And he is going to lose yardage here. There'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
From the 50, here's Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
It's a gain of 17.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
On the jet sweep, it's McConkey. And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hampton. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's another Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the give, this is Hampton. Gets around him. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 19 yards.
Hampton is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal. At the 4-yard line.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. And it's caught. Touchdown. Lad McConkey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced to punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
Browns, nothing.
Now, after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. Shifts by him. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Browns offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And his ability to use his legs has given the defense fits when trying to game plan. He's currently 2nd in the NFL in rushing yards by a QB. On the ground, this is Quinshon Judkins. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Fields now to throw. Quick hitch, complete. It's Wagner. Here is 3rd down and 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
The attention shifts back to Justin Herbert and the Chargers offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 58 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Chargers first down.
Good push up front in that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to run.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
It's second down and 10.
Here's Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
They'll let the quarterback keep it here on first and 10.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately.
2 yards the loss, second and 12. Not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Now it's Fields. That's to his running back, Quinshon Judkins.
The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and
Fields.
4.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 13-yard line.
And the Browns first down. First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Fields hit and the ball is loose.
And this is recovered by the Chargers.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Justin Herbert looking to pass. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Here's 3rd and 7.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Herbert now. McKinnon here is complete. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
20-yard line.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
A play fake, now Fields to throw. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
Think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
They'll work inside here. Hampton.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing.
It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well.
Second and 10.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Throw left side, complete. That's Gonzalez.
Here comes third and about a foot.
Back to throw.
Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
This 2nd and 4.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Chavez. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Herbert throwing again.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
To throw is Fields. Right back to Njoku.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wagner. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Fields. Checks it down to Jenkins.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
That's good for a Browns.
Back to throw. Fields. And that one too wide and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Fields throwing again. Throw left side complete. That's Wagner. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
A final shot before the break. Fields. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. David Njoku as time expires in the first half. And the Browns get a late touchdown here on the final play of the first half. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered defensively. A disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'll be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. That little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Week 12 is here. After this weekend, 2/3 of the regular season will be in the rearview mirror. Let's get into the highlights. Our tour around the NFL starts now. We begin at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Rams at home to take on the Baltimore Ravens. And this is Lamar Jackson. And time for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the National Football League. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to Brandon and Charles.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Browns offense and quarterback Justin Fields heading back out there. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's 2nd in the NFL in terms of rush. Here's Fields. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
A give up the middle, Jenkins. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. A shotgun snap. Fields lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Herbert off of play action. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 47-yard line.
Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down.
Give here to Hampton. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A
gain of 27 more yards. That's another Charger.
Back to Hampton on first down.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal.
Out of the gun, Herbert. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
It's now third and goal.
Back to throw here, Herbert. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And picked up by the Chuck. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, L.A. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And the lead is now 24. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Brings up third down and 3 yards to go.
From the gun, here's Fields. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring it down. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. The Chargers offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it second down.
A 7-yard pickup.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play.
Again, it's Hampton. There's a nice move. Down to about the 45.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And a line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That is caught. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 27-yard line. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the handoff, it's Hampton. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
It's now second and 6.
Herbert. That is caught at the 7. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 23 yards, the final tally.
Chargers, first down. First and goal, Los Angeles.
Well, they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead are right up the middle here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
At the Browns, 4-yard line.
And they'll run again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
We all know how much running backs love getting the ball down near the goal line. They think they're going to find a way into the end zone. He hasn't had that kind of luck so far. Ends up not getting in on the last 2 carries. You know he's going to...
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Justin Herbert taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chargers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Nothing like understanding where your escape hatches are as a quarterback. Here he's looking, but he knows he doesn't want to force anything. So when nothing avails itself, he slips past the rushers, takes it right up the middle, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. He'll try to pick it up himself, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
13 yards on the play. And the Browns, first down.
Now Fields going to keep it running left. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40.
14 more yards. That's another Browns first down. First and 10 at the 30.
Here's Fields. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. Second and 10. Fields now to throw. There's a short one caught by Fannin. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up
now it's Fields. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. They snap it to Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At about the 32. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Open man right side, that's McConkey.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40.
And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
So following the failed try on 4th down, we'll change ends and change possession. But we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
The drive begins with a carry by Hampton.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Brings up 2nd and 15 at the 27-yard line.
Play action. It's Herbert. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
And it's 3rd down.
He'll run here with Hampton.
And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Fields.
Over the middle, complete. It's Wagner. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
To throw again on 2nd down.
Fields.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down.
Out of the gun, Fields.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw again on 2nd down. Fields. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
They'll try it now with Judkins.
And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Browns.
They'll stay on the ground with Judkins.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8. At the Chargers' 43-yard line.
This is 2nd and 8. An inside run with Judkins.
And he'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, This intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Fields. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Herbert running left off the option. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
Chargers first down. A gain of 18.
Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
A run once more with Hampton. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
12 more yards. That's another Chargers first down.
On first down, it's Hampton. Stopped short, down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get all the way to the end zone.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
Hampton going to try to punch it in. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Dicker now to tack on the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just held on to their big lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Browns set to take over. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. On the ground, it's Judkins to start the drive.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On the option right is Fields.
And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Operating from the gun, Fields.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
That's good.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here.